Today we will be talking about DoorDash introducing gas reward program. Some of it looks good. If you are a part-time DoorDash driver, might actually look really good for you. But and if you're having an economical vehicle, but for those that are actually doing DoorDash full-time, ouch. That's all I can say. Unless you're using their Visa card, which I'm not sure how much worth it is. But I guess as we live in the 21st century, maybe it is good. So let's look at their offer they're talking about. And first, before we go there, let's say an average delivery. I don't know, my nose is itching. Let's say an average delivery is 5 miles. And we're going to hope that DoorDash will count miles from the time you accepted an offer that's between your location and the restaurant, and from restaurant to the customer. I'm pretty sure they're not going to count you driving while your app is on. Now, so let's say an average delivery is 5 miles. And you're doing roughly about 20 deliveries a day as running for 8 hours. You're also doing this 5 days a week. Majority of people consider this as a job instead of as a self-employment. As a self-employment, usually self-employees, they work 6 to 7 days a week, and they work 10 to 12, 14 hours a day. But we're going to just look at regular. That's 500 miles. And we're not counting miles when you dropped off the delivery to the area of wherever you might be until you got another delivery. And most of us, we all know, when we drop off our last delivery, we do not sit and wait at the customer's house until another offer is given to us. Sometimes it does, but that's not always. Yes, there might be some markets where it's heavily unsaturated, and you might be constantly getting those offers. But there are other places where you have to drive back into the area in order to get an offer. So 500 miles. Keep that in mind as we go through. So DoorDash says, we'll give you $5 for a first 100 miles driven. And if we go to the bottom here and we read their disclaimer, it's talking about a week. So it's not talking about every 100 miles driven. It's 100 miles a week. When you accept and complete orders totally 100 miles in a motor vehicle. So if you're doing this on a bike, scooter, and you have it marked up as a bike or a scooter on your app, or walking the downtown walk deliveries, those are not considered. Those are only pertaining to motor vehicles. Now, I wonder, is there any loopholes that the delivery has to be at least 2 miles in order to qualify as a motor vehicle, or even across the street they'll consider it as a motor vehicle delivery? Not sure, and I cannot answer that question. So they'll give you $10 if you do 175 deliveries in a motor vehicle. 225 they'll give you 15 if you do 225 miles in a week of completed deliveries. So when you accept and complete a total of 225 miles or more in motor vehicle, that means if you have driven 500 miles, you only will receive $15. So hey, those of you that's part-time, I doubt you're probably going to drive more than 225 miles. But full-timers will drive more. And as a full-timer, you're only going to get paid on a 225 miles. Anything more than 225 miles, they're not really compensating you for any fuel that you're burning at that point. So let's say if you drive 500 miles a week, you're having 275 miles of uncompensated miles. Yes, they also have a cashback on gas 10%. So let's say it takes you $35 to gas up your vehicle. Actually, right now on a 10-gallon tank, that's $40. So you get a 10%, which means you'll get a $4 off. So your $40 gas up will turn into $36 gas up. There is a little savings of that, but now you're having to entrust with DoorDash's card, which I'm not sure how many of us would actually entrust our money into DoorDash's hands. And my question is, can you transfer those money from that DoorDash's card onto your bank account? Because at the end of the day, we have rent, and it cannot be paid with a card. It has to be paid with a check or cash. We have other bills that might not be taking cards, and has to only be paid by either a check or a cash. So I'm not sure how this DoorDash considers as a card is a solution. And what if something happens and those cards stop working? Now you have money in a card that you cannot access. You cannot pay your bills. You cannot do nothing. Just look at Russia with sanctions. All these Visas, MasterCards, American Expresses, now they do not work there. You know what? The safest place is actually having your money in a bank that you trust, that is a local bank, and has a minimum impact on a national or international level. And of course, holding in hard cash, even though, that's a 19th century view, but still, might be safe as well. So, yeah. Hey, part-timers, looks like as long as you can hit those milestones, 100 miles, 175 miles, 225 miles, you'll get either $5, $10, or $15 at the end of the week. For the full-timers, it's like another slap in the face, because maximum you're going to get is $15. Doesn't matter, you're going to drive 225, 500 miles, or 750, or 1,000 miles. They literally just don't care about you. They said it again and again, and this time again. Full-timers, we're not interested in you. So what I recommend for every single one of you that's out there, take a leap of faith. Look at other apps, other alternatives. There's so many out there, and I'm going to start working and creating lists of those. Sign up for them, download them, look at the options that they offer. I can guarantee you, in every single city and a bigger town, there is an opportunity on one of these apps for you, that when you're going to look back and you're going to say, how crazy it was I trying to chase those 225s. You're going to look at DoorDash and you're going to consider them as a slap in the face every single time they showed you that 225. But until you find that other app that actually will solve your financial situations and allow you to make between 1,000 to 2,000 a week. Let's say between 500 to 2,000 a week. Until you find that app, you're always going to be going back to the DoorDash and say, you know what? So much of junk. Where is that $6.25? Where is that $8? Where is that $10? So I can drive for 14 miles. Guys, I want to bless every single one of you. I believe in every single one of you. And I believe there's an app for every single one of you that will treat you right, that will treat you fair, and will give you a good chance of making a very nice income. Give you an opportunity to work less hours, make more money, and spend more time with your family or doing what you love. Guys, I found one of those apps. Unfortunately, there's a group of us that I cannot share the name of it. But if you search around, you will find that app. I can guarantee you. They are out there. And there's some new companies that are popping out every single day that actually trying to combat this 225 situation. And they're paying quite well. So, they might not be in your area yet, because they're usually, launch in large areas like California, New York, and Florida. But eventually they'll move into your area. But there's some apps that are already in your area. Just find them. Be blessed. Hey, and if you're doing this part-time, at least you're getting fairly a decent compensation for your gas. Not for your time, but for your gas. Because, if you drive 100 miles and you're going to get $5, that means you're getting about a 5 cents per mile in compensation. If you're going to drive 175 miles, you're getting about 5.5 cents of compensation. If you're going to drive 225 miles and get $15, you're going to get about 6 cents of compensation for every single mile you drive. As long as those miles are while you're delivering food, because DoorDash, I doubt, will cover those miles that you have in an app on, but nothing. But you're not delivering anything for them. But for rest of us, we have to be smarter, wiser, multi-app, multi-stack. Find those apps that pay us better, and switch over and put DoorDash on strike. I've been having DoorDash on strike for about 4 or 5 weeks now. Is where, sometimes I even will turn on the app, will decline 10, 15 orders, and turn the app off. Hey, I have not done the delivery for about 4 or 5 weeks now with DoorDash. That's how you strike. But not delivering anything that is not worth delivering. And with the prices increase, I don't see anything worth delivering, because if they're giving you a $10 offer, it's for 14 miles. Really? Guys, be blessed.